At the beginning of this film, we see a wealthy businessman named Min-ho. He has recently been released from jail on bail, accused of murdering his former mistress Kim Si-hee. Min-ho immediately contacts his lawyer to discuss the case. The lawyer demands all details to effectively defend him. She questions Min-ho about what precisely transpired in the hotel room that day, how Kim died, how he became the primary suspect, and who alerted the police. She insists on a complete and detailed account. As Min-ho answers these questions, the narrative shifts into a flashback. On the day of Kim's murder, Min-ho had gone to a remote snow-covered cabin where he and Kim had met following instructions from someone attempting to blackmail them over their affair. Min-ho claimed that he and Kim were talking when he suddenly noticed the police outside the hotel, making him nervous and eager to escape. Before he could leave, an unseen assailant attacked Min-ho, rendering him unconscious. When he regained consciousness, Kim was not in the room. He went to the washroom and found Kim's dead body. Before he could comprehend the situation, the police entered the locked room, presumed him to be the killer, and arrested him. Returning to the present, the lawyer listens to Min-ho and states he is not telling the complete truth. She explains that she has reviewed the police files and obtained all investigation reports, noting there was no sign of a third person in that room. She insists he reveal the truth and everything he is concealing. Min-ho remains silent for a while. Then the lawyer shows him a picture of a boy and asks if he knows him, stating the boy disappeared a few days ago. At first, Min-ho denies recognizing the boy, but when the lawyer presses for the truth, Min-ho begins recounting the boy's story. The story shifts into another flashback. A few months prior, Min-ho and Kim had ended their affair, and Min-ho was returning to his life. As they were leaving in Min-ho's company car, Kim swerved to avoid a deer, causing their car to stall and another car to crash into a boulder. When Kim and Min-ho stepped out, they saw the other car was completely damaged. Kim went ahead, opened the car door, and checked inside. The boy in the car had died. That boy was Han Seon-jae, the same one in the picture the lawyer was asking Min-ho about. Min-ho stated that upon seeing the dead boy, he panicked. He was about to call the police, but Kim stopped him. She argued that no one had witnessed them on this road, and if they contacted the police, they would become unnecessarily implicated, ruining their reputations. She suggested it was better to dispose of the body themselves and leave quietly. Before they could dispose of Han's body, a police car arrived. Seeing the police car, Min-ho panicked again, but Kim remained calm. The police observed the crashed car and inquired about what had happened. Kim confidently lied, stating that nothing serious occurred, only a minor accident between them, which they had already resolved. She pretended that the crashed car belonged to Min-ho, not Han, to make the lie more believable. They even called their car insurance company in front of the police. This averted police suspicion, and the officers departed. As soon as the police left, Kim instructed Min-ho to leave. She conveyed that their relationship was over, and what had happened there would remain a secret between them, just as their relationship had been. She told him to take Han's car with him before leaving. Min-ho took Han's car and departed. Kim entered her own car, but due to the accident, it would not start. Coincidentally, an old man passed by and asked Kim if she had a problem. Kim informed him that her car had been in an accident and had not started since. The old man offered to help fix her car. Kim accepted his assistance. The old man towed her car to his house. After working on it for several hours, he fully repaired Kim's car. He told her car was now fixed and she could leave. Kim was very grateful to him. Before she left, she noticed a picture in his house and was shocked. It was Han's picture, the same Han they had killed and disposed of. She was now filled with regret. She realized that the man who had helped her was Han's father, Young-suk, and he was eagerly awaiting his son's return. He formally stated that his son had left a long time ago but had not returned home yet, and he was currently attempting to call his son. At that moment, the phone in Kim's hand, which belonged to Han, began ringing. She grew nervous because the uncle also heard the phone ringing. Kim quickly placed the phone on the sofa. The uncle assumed his son might have forgotten his phone. In this manner, Kim managed to clear herself and left the place. Meanwhile, Min-ho attempted to forget the accident by spending as much time as possible with his wife, family, and business. As a result, his business began growing rapidly. One day, a police officer came to Min-ho's office to meet him. The officer inquired if Min-ho knew anything about a highway accident that occurred on the same day he was traveling. Min-ho denied knowing anything about the accident. The police officer gave him his card and stated that if he remembered or discovered anything about the accident, he should inform him. A few days later, Min-ho was having dinner with his wife. Suddenly, news about the same accident began playing on TV. This time, a sketch of a woman was shown in the news. It was Kim's sketch. The police announced that Kim was responsible for the accident and were searching for her everywhere. Han's father, Young-suk, had given a statement to the police, claiming he had seen Kim at the accident site and shared her description with the police. All suspicion now targeted Kim. Just then, Min-ho received a call from Kim. She asked him to meet her at at a secret location without delay. Min-ho went to meet Kim. Kim's appearance was completely altered. She explained that she had cut her hair and changed her look so the police would not recognize her. Kim had come solely to give Han's cards to Min-ho. She instructed Min-ho to change the details on Han's cards. That way, people would think Han was an imposter, and police attention would be diverted from them. Min-ho agreed and changed all the details on Han's cards, then burned them. During the police investigation, they discovered that Han's car details had been altered. They assumed Han was a fraud, believing he was involved in illegal activities. The police concluded that Han had staged his disappearance as part of his plan to escape. With this assumption, the case was closed. Min-ho felt relieved. He now focused more on his business. As a result, his business continued to grow, yielding substantial profits. Meanwhile, Han's father again requested the police to search for his son. He assured the police that Han was not a fraud and presented all of Han's old documents. Han's father stated that if all evidence pointed against Han, it surely meant Han was in some kind of trouble. Han's father requested the police to investigate again and thoroughly search the forest where Han's car was last seen. The police accepted Han's father's request and reopened the case, initiating a new investigation. They even searched the forest at night, but found no evidence despite their efforts throughout the night. The next morning, when Han's father returned home, he found his wife, Lee Hee-jung, lying unconscious at the door, likely fainted from exhaustion while waiting for Han's return. He picked up his wife and carried her to the room, laying her down. He was now completely drained by everything that had transpired. Seeing his wife's condition filled him with deep sorrow. The scene then shifted back to the present, showing Min-ho sitting in front of a lawyer. Min-ho informed the lawyer that on the day Kim was murdered, in addition to himself and Kim, Han's father was also present in that room. Han's father first knocked him unconscious and then killed Kim, seeking revenge for his son's death. The lawyer asked why Han's father framed him in the case. Min-ho replied that since he had not told the truth, Han's father did not kill him, but sent him to jail to make him realize his mistake. Min-ho further revealed that along with Han's father, Han's mother was also involved. As soon as Han's father left the room, Han's mother called the police and had Min-ho arrested. After listening to Min-ho's entire story, the lawyer stood up and declared that the story he told was completely different. She then stated she would tell him the real story. The story then went into another flashback. It was revealed that on the day of Han's accident, it was not Kim who was driving, but Min-ho himself. The entire story Min-ho had fabricated about ending his relationship was a complete lie. That day, Min-ho was not paying attention to the road, which led to the accident and resulted in Han's death. Kim was completely fine at that moment. In fact, it was Kim who wanted to call the police, but it was Min-ho who stopped her. Min-ho feared that if this case reached the police, he would never be able to establish himself among the top business tycoons. Kim, however, was not concerned about her reputation. It was Min-ho who forced Kim to go along with his plan. The entire scheme to hide and dispose of Han's body was Min-ho's idea. Min-ho was so cunning that he executed the plan in such a way that he remained free from suspicion while Kim took all the blame. Kim herself was deeply saddened by Han's death. The police were already pursuing Kim during those days. Kim had to hide her identity and leave her job. Despite that, her conscience would not allow her to conceal the whole truth. Finally, one day, she contacted Han's father, Young Seok, and told him everything. As soon as Min-ho discovered this, he became extremely angry. In that rage, he took Kim's life. Now that he had committed not only Han's murder, but also Kim's, he did not want to be caught. He injured himself and pretended to be unconscious, then staged this entire drama, claiming he was being falsely accused in his friend's murder case. As the lawyer narrated the entire story, Min-ho was left speechless. He was shocked at how the lawyer knew the whole truth. Min-ho had never revealed the truth to anyone. The lawyer then told him there was no need to worry. She informed him that she was still with him and ready to fight his case, but she asked him to reveal where he had hidden Han in Han's car. Min-ho had no other choice. To gain something, he decided to tell the lawyer the truth. He confessed that he had put Han's dead body inside his car and submerged it in a lake. Here, Min-ho made a very painful confession. He revealed that when he went to throw Han's car into the lake, Han was still alive inside the car. Han was begging him for his life, but Min-ho could not take the risk. If he had spared Han, a case would have been filed against him. That is why he threw him into the water alive and killed him, beating him to death with a wrench. Hearing this, even the lawyer was shocked. She had no idea that Han was still alive when Min-ho dumped the car in the lake. She had assumed Han had died in the accident itself. The lawyer then contemplated Min-ho's cruelty, how he killed a boy to save his own reputation. The lawyer then placed a map in front of Min-ho and asked him to mark the exact location where he had submerged Han's car. Min-ho picked up the paper and marked the location. After marking it, the lawyer took the paper and began gathering her belongings. After collecting her belongings, she told Min-ho that she could not fight his case. She stated that he had hidden a very significant truth from her, emphasizing that the fact Han was still alive when he was disposed of was something she could not ignore. Saying this, she walked out of his house. She started her car and was about to leave, but suddenly, the tire of her car got stuck in a pit. Her car could no longer move forward. The weather outside was so severe that if she stayed out, she might not survive. Min-ho then told her that if she wished, she could stay at his house. At this time, the lawyer agreed to his offer and returned to his house. After coming inside, Min-ho noticed something. The lawyer's signature did not match the real lawyer's signature. Min-ho was now confused. Here, the story took a very interesting twist. The woman who had come there was not actually a lawyer. She was Han's mother, Lee Hee-jung, a retired actress. She had come solely to obtain Min-ho's confession and to find out where Min-ho had hidden Han and Han's car. As soon as Min-ho realized this, he immediately attacked Han's mom. During the struggle, both fell to the ground. Due to head injuries, both lost consciousness. After some time, Han's mom was the first to wake up. As soon as she regained consciousness, she picked up a gun to defend herself. But Min-ho employed another trick. He provoked Han's mom to fire a shot at him. Simultaneously, he called the police. By the time the police arrived, they assumed Han's mom had attempted to kill Min-ho. Seeing her as the killer, they arrested her. The police then placed her in their car. As soon as she sat in the car, she told the officers the whole truth. She gave them Min-ho's confession. She also provided the police with the location where Han's body had been disposed of, information she had extracted from Min-ho himself. Young Se-ok, Han's father, who was outside listening in on the conversation, was also arrested. Following her statement, the police restarted their investigation. When they searched the location, they found Han's car along with his dead body. This proved beyond doubt that the real killer was none other than Min-ho. Min-ho, who was still alive, was now arrested by the police. Han's mom was released. Min-ho's career was now completely destroyed. He was still in shock that all of this had happened because of two elderly people. They had planned a complex scheme against him. Not only did they make him reveal their son's location, but they also ensured he would be sent to prison for life. Together, they had avenged their son's death from Min-ho. Min-ho now knew he would rot in jail for the rest of his life. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.